Okay, everybody, what's going on? So I'm going to switch up the videos a little bit. I want to talk about. I'm going to move from. I'm going to move from this lower back for a couple weeks. This discectomy because now I had my neck surgery. So let me give a little quick rundown, just a backdrop of everything, right? How this originally started. Just hold on 1 second here because I. Okay. Yeah, it's easier to take the fan off so you can hear me. Okay. So, this is really could be part one of my shoulder recovery. I, um, so let's kind of like take a step back to understand how we got here, right? So remember I had the injury on October 1st, 2025. I was on my electric scooter, my little motor scooter, and I hit a pothole on 2350 Ocean Avenue. I went flying. When I fell, I can't pick my arm up, but I fell covering my face, and I wound up tearing, around my tricep tendon. I wound up tearing. I wound up causing more damage in my lower back, in my L4, L3, L4, L5 region. I had the torn left meniscus, and I had the torn left labrum, which is what this is. And we triaged these and we did them in terms of severity. The Originally the worst was obviously there's a dog here. Originally the worst was the tricep, right? So I had the tricep done first, and unfortunately it took a little bit of a while. We were having I was going back and forth with liens and getting MRIs everywhere, and it was just very frustrating. So I just wound up getting insurance and doing it on insurance. So that was done, thankfully. Uh, it wasn't the greatest. I mean, the guy did a very good job in terms of healing, in terms of pain management. The only thing is that it wasn't the cleanest cut in the world, but it's fine. I could live with it. I'm a man. We could tie it to some sort of struggle, right? Um, Then the second item that we had was, my lower back. My lower back, which got progressively worse. As you could all remember, and I have a whole series of videos on it. The lower back pain was just astronomical. It was phenomenal. I've never felt nerve pain in my life. It was the consistent most painful thing I've ever felt in my life. And I wish I don't know why. Maybe on my worst enemies, but typically in anybody, which I don't have worse enemies, but typically it's something I would not want. I'd want you to recover from things like that. Is a merciless pain. So then now we went to the shoulder. The shoulder was the third most painful one. And it was interesting because when I went to go get the first appointment at Dr. Tomasello's office on October 27th, 2025, he did this test where he had and I'm doing it on my right arm, but we had my arm go up and like push against it, right? And he was like, okay, well, this is consistent with your MRIs. Your MRIs just show a labrum tear, but you seem to have something wrong with your bicep too. We can't really tell yet, but whatever. But you definitely need some surgery. At least the labrum. So the plan was to get the left labrum repaired, right? So that was the plan the whole time, and we sort of we triaged it, and we didn't get it done until the back was stable, and the left arm was, and the right elbow was stable, the right tricep was stable. So from October 27th until my meeting with Dr. Tomasello on March 30th, we did all the other body parts. So now here we are on March 30th. I go to Dr. Tomasello's office. The guy looks at me. We set it up almost right away. I mean, I can't believe how fast the guy moved. Really, I can't believe it. I would have had the surgery done on May 7th, but due to scheduling, April 7th, but due to scheduling conflicts, I couldn't do it. This guy moves. He moves very quickly, and he does not play. When I needed the pre-med, whatever, the checkup, the pre-medical screening, I mean, he had somebody in the basement there working all night. And the guy's no joke. I mean, when you need something done efficiently and fast, that is your man. I mean, I've seen nothing like him in my life, to be very blunt. More about him in a little bit though. So now I finally get the surgery done on April 20th. I follow all the instructions previously. I must have missed something. I must have missed the notice about fish oil. When I go to the doctor the day of, I go to the doctor when I go to the doctor the day of. He asked me if I took any vitamins and minerals. I told him I took fish oil. We got into this huge shouting match over there because he was like, I have to reschedule your thing, blah, 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 blah. Because you're going to coagulate and your blood's going to, blah. And I'm just like, I will not die on fish oil. Of all the things in the world, of all the drugs in the world I put in my body, fish oil is not the one drug in my life I'm concerned with. If I die from fish oil complications, then I'm lucky. Then the world is crazy. If I die from all the things I've done in my life. Whatever. After the screaming and fighting and shouting match, back and forth, he's like, I just want you to know you can't sue me. Bro, I'm not going to sue you. If my blood clots, whatever, and I die, you're in good shape. You're not going to get sued. So you're fine. Don't worry about it. No one's suing you. You got him on audio? I got him on audio. Anyway, great guy, by the way. We'll talk more. So he goes into the surgery. So in the beginning, he explains to me, he says, look, when I open you up, I'm going to do one of three things, ranging anywhere from a small little cleanup to a moderate repair. It's like a full repair. He says, but I don't know until I open it up and I make a game time decision. Okay, fair enough. He made the game time decision. And that was like, it was like, so by the time I was done, what wound up happening was when he opened it up, not only was it the left, labral that was torn, because that's what the MRI showed, that it was torn, but I had some sort of like rupture from the the bicep, from like the bicep tendon into the shoulder. I think it's called I can never say this word on the discharge notes. I'm looking at the discharge notes. It says tenodesis, not tendon, but teno, right? Like the O and the D is switched. So it says like tenodesis. So it says like bicep tenodesis repair. So that was on top of repairing the labrum. So, they reattached the labrum to close that tear because it was like an 11-2 tear. Think about a clock, right? 11-2. It was an 11-2 tear. So they closed that. They reattached that. But then what they did was they also reattached that bicep tendon that had a tear in it, that was going into the shoulder. So what wound up happening was when they wound up opening up my arm, they found 2 points that needed to be reattached. So I got the 2 points so I got them reattached, and this was bananas. So I left. They gave me my script, my meds outside. They had my pills there waiting for me, my prescriptions waiting for me. They had a drive there, they escorted me. It was a great experience. I shook the guy's hand. Doctor was a great guy. He was a great guy. Notwithstanding the screaming match we had, is because he genuinely cared. I heard the best. His response to me was, "You think I make this up? This comes from a book." The guy was fantastic. I believe everything he says. It was worth the risk because I was there. I needed it. I had to get in pain. I can't live my life like this. So, so it's worth it. Whatever the risk is, I have to take it, right? The guy's a great doctor, phenomenal doctor. He did a really good job. He really cared. He really was into it. He really did a great job trying to make everything great. So I have to appreciate it, and I have to appreciate his response to it. It was very genuine. So it was clean and genuine, so I really appreciated it. So, yeah. So I went home, went to sleep. When that anesthesia wore off, when I tell you that anesthesia wore off at about... It started coming down at 9 o'clock at night. I woke up a little, fell back asleep. It wore off completely at about midnight, or like a little bit after midnight, about 12:30. I screamed out of control. The amount of screaming that came out of my mouth in pain. It was like every single thing. It was like every single thing just laid on me at the same time. It was phenomenal. It was just this phenomenal pain. And I didn't know what to do. For the first time I went over, I grabbed the Percocet. I don't do Percocet. I'm very scared to do Percocet. I have addiction in the family. I see, as a bodybuilder, as a powerlifter, I had seen many people ruin their lives on Percocet. I've seen some people literally leave a dentist office with their mouth still broken and bleeding to go run and grab those Percocets. So it's a scary drug, and I don't appreciate the drug at all, and I'm very nervous about it. So I try to take it sparingly. But I took one, and I was able to finally pass out. And I slept for like, I slept for almost a full day. Like, I slept for almost 24 hours, literally. I slept so much it wasn't even funny. But it was painful. It was a lot of pain. Now the pain has subsided. So now it's going more into just the setting where I can't really move it now because they kind of like plastered it. So I can't really move it. I can't put on a shirt or anything yet. I am going to start doing the exercises they gave me, and I'll make videos of these exercises, what they're talking about. It's pretty protocol. What I'm sounding. It sounds like there are two particular exercises that you do, that you always do, like two particular types of like swings on your shoulder and everything that you do, and it seems pretty clear. Nothing seems crazy. So I don't think, I don't think that I don't think that it's going to be anything complicated. I'll make a video just to show what I'm talking about here. They do basically, you do like they like these pendulum exercises, where you swing your arms kind of, and they like these wall climbing exercises where you walk up the wall with your fingertips and you try to keep your arms straight. You do the best you could do. I'm gonna start doing that probably Thursday because I gotta get this bandage off. So, because I can't do it with this bandage on. Like, this bandage is like tough, So I'm going to start this pretty shortly, and I'll let you know. As far as medications, I'm not taking anything. I'm gonna take the anti-inflammatory though. They gave me like Naxaprine, I think it's called, or something. I don't feel like I need it, but I don't know. It's supposedly like they touted it as being helpful for recovery, so I'm gonna do it, and then that's it, man. So now I'm gonna do the old, 1 week no gym, no exercise, just for the week. Then next week I'm gonna follow up with my cardio every single day. I'm gonna do my pendulum exercises like they say. I'll walk every day for the next week. That's just what I'm gonna do. I got 6 weeks of this to try to make this happen. And then I can get back to my life, hopefully, knock on wood. But right now, it is just, my arm is not moving. It's immobile. It's basically, I can't pick it up at all because there's like just substantial pain. Plus, I got the stitches. Plus, I got the bandage weighing it down. I think the earliest point I could get to move to another day, I think, is May 6th or something. I think that's what we're saying right now. So we'll see what happens, but that's where we are. So... No, it doesn't feel like there's pain every single day on it. It feels, to be very honest to all of you, and the bodybuilders will understand this. It feels like I took a shot in my shoulder. It feels like I took a 3cc syringe and hit it with a very thick viscous oil. That is how I feel. But the only problem is I can't pick it up though. So I have that feeling, but just with immobility. So if you are a bodybuilder, this is probably confusing to you because you've probably felt this pain a bajillion times in your life. But no, you can't power through this. It's not like no pain, no gain. It's none of that. All right. So it's not like you can't power through this. So you just gotta let it go. You gotta give it its time. Time heals all wounds. And when you're old, it feels like forever. But you get 1% better every day. So I don't know, but there we are. So I think I covered all the grounds on it. I will do some periodic updates every now and then. Now my videos going forward are going to talk about the back. I really have nothing to say about the tricep because it is what it is. It's weak as fuck and whatever. It is what it is, but whatever. It's not my most. I could care less at this point. I'm going to wear a sleeve on my arm so no one can see how pathetic my arm looks, and that's it. The back was killing me, and I'm really happy about the back still. This I can't wait to see what it feels like because the shoulder was killing me, and it's interesting. It wasn't killing me like my back, so it was a very different type, but it was hurting for a very long time. So I'm happy to see this. And yeah, so and final note, like I said, Dr. Tomasello is actually fantastic guy. Did a great job. I'm super happy for him. Super happy that that Anna recommended him. Really good job. So I mean, the guy was really driven. He was really thorough. He explained everything to me. He made the right calls at the right time. He was a panic a little with the fish oil, but other than the fish oil panic, other than the fish oil crisis, we got through everything. So that's all it is. That's quick update, you know, and I will come back at another point in time with more as this goes through.